What's up, everyone? I am Jamie from threelittlegoats.com. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you've been around for a while, welcome back. I'm glad to see you. As always, we are doing something a little different today. I have to go to my office, so I figured I would kind of take you along and do kind of an update video. So let's go. Probably thinking, yeah, she's already done an update video. We know everything that's going on. No, some big things have come down and we are super excited about it. I mentioned in my last update video and a couple of my soaping videos that we were looking for our forever farm. And guess what, y'all? Guess what? We found it. We totally found our forever farm. We put an offer in on it and it was accepted, and now we are in the process of trying to get everything closed. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about today, is the house buying process. I know it doesn't sound very exciting, very glamorous, and it's definitely not soap, so it's not as exciting at all. But I figured I would kind of give you guys some of my experiences and tell you a little bit about the process, especially if you've never bought a house, you've never bought a homestead, you've never even thought about it, and you don't know the process. And even if you have bought one or two houses, the process is always changing. I bought my first house when I was 18. I'm now 30 something, and this is my sixth house I've bought, and it's a totally different process from the first house I bought so many years ago. All right, now I think I'm back in focus. We got a little bit of light. I wouldn't say sunshine because it's rainy and it's gray out, and it's definitely winter in Washington, which is another reason why I totally can't wait to move back to the south. But anyways, home buying process. I'm going to walk you through some of the things that I've learned along the way. If you guys didn't know, I'm also a real estate agent, and it's dark again. And I was licensed in North Carolina for many years. When I moved to Washington, I got licensed here. I'll probably get my license in Arkansas. And it's just, I love being a real estate agent. I love going to look at houses, and it's just a fun process, especially when you have those new home buyers and the excitement when they get their keys. It's like the best day ever, handing over keys to a first-time home buyer. So we're going to go over some tips and some of the process behind buying a house, behind buying a homestead, and kind of what my experience has been buying out of state, sight unseen, which is a little bit nauseating if you think about it. So stay tuned. Alright, now that I've got a little bit of light, not much, but a little, that's all we need. We're going to talk about one of the most important steps of the home buying process. Whether you're buying a homestead, you're buying a condo, you're buying a teepee in the middle of nowhere, it's the most important step, and that is talking to a lender and getting your finances in place. Talking to a lender is one of the most important steps because it lets you know how much house you can afford. And it will vary by county even, because your taxes are going to be wrapped up into your mortgage. So a place with a higher tax bracket, like here in Washington, Seattle, so King County, you're going to be able to afford a little bit less house than you would be in, say, a smaller county, a less expensive county like Thurston County. And so knowing where you're going to live and knowing how much it's going to cost to live there is going to help you. And it's going to help your real estate agent as well, which we'll get to in a second, because you don't want to be looking at a house that's $300,000 and fall in love with it only to find out you can only get financed for $150,000. The next step before ever looking at a house is find a real estate agent that you can trust, that you like, that you want to work with. Buyer's agents generally get paid by the seller. Washington's a little bit different now because we're Washington and we do things different than everybody else. But most states still paid by the seller no matter what. It's negotiated before a buyer even walks in the door how much the seller is going to pay in commissions on both the buyer and the seller side. So interview your buyer's agent. Don't just call, assign, and talk to an agent and that be the end of it. Don't be afraid to find multiple agents. Do some homework. Look up reviews on Zillow. Look up Google reviews. And find an agent that you like. Especially if you're like us and you're buying out of state. I found a real estate agent in Arkansas that I absolutely love. She is a sweetheart, and she was willing to go and drive out of her way to go look at the property, take video of the property to send us before we made a decision. So after you've found a lender and you've gotten pre-qualified and you find an agent that you absolutely love, the next step is to sit down with that agent and write down everything that you must have in a home and things that you would like to have in a home. Believe me, it does make a difference. Those must-haves are things that you cannot live without, such as a 2-car garage or 10 acres of farmland, and those things that are things that you would like to have but aren't a deal breaker, things like an updated kitchen or hardwood floors. Making a list of your wants and needs and must-haves is essential in finding the perfect house and saving some time and money. Alright, so I'm here with Chris from Fairway Mortgage, and he's going to tell you some of the most important things when searching for a mortgage lender.
So one of the things that you need to look for when looking for a mortgage lender is ask what the lender's fees are. Each lender is different with fees. So some lenders charge a 1% origination charge, while others might charge a $900 flat fee or $695 processing fee, underwriting fees, admin fees, such as that. So that's one thing to look at. Those are kind of hidden prices when you're shopping for a mortgage. People don't normally tell you that stuff up front. Another thing to look at is look at interest rates. When you look at interest rates online, generally what that's designed to do is to get you to do an application. So a lot of times if you look in the fine print, it may say something like, this interest rate only pertains to a certain price range in a certain state with a certain credit score. So that interest rate is not necessarily the interest rate that you're going to get when you call them. That's what's called an advertised rate. It might not be the real rate that they're going to offer you. Another thing to ask for when talking to a lender is what their average close time is. Each lender tracks all these stats down to basically the day as to how many days it's going to take for them to close your loan. Some lenders can take up to 60 days to close your loan. Some lenders can take 24 to 20 days to close your loan. So it just depends. Each lender is different. The last thing that I would ask the lender is, based off the type of loan program that you're looking for, do they know how to do that kind of loan? There are lenders out there that only specialize in VA. There's lenders out there that only specialize in Washington down payment assistance programs or state programs. So that's one thing to really keep in mind. Make sure that that lender knows what they're doing. Do they know how to do a USDA loan, or have they only done 2 in 20 years in their career? So you want somebody that's an expert at the loan program that you pick.
All right, well, thank you, Chris. And if you have any questions for Chris, I'll put his email and his contact information down below if he'll let me.
Absolutely.
So you can bug him about any mortgage questions you may have.
Call anytime.
All right, so that is just some of the process before you even step foot into a house and looking at a house of what you're going to go through. If you don't have an agent that goes through this process with you, chances are you're probably going to want to go and find a different agent. But that is kind of where we're at now. We found a house, we've put an offer on it, we've negotiated it, we're already at the home inspection stage. But the negotiations, home inspection, and that whole process, I will probably do in a separate video simply because it's pretty detailed. It's important information for you to know. I can't word today. But that'll be a separate video going over the process once you actually find a house that you put an offer on. And if you liked this video or have any questions about the process so far, be sure to let me know down in the comments. And be sure to like this video and give it a thumbs up. It lets me know that you like these types of videos. We are actually, if everything goes right, I should be in Arkansas by the end of next month to close on our forever farm. So be sure to subscribe for that, because I'm totally going to be vlogging all of that process. I'm actually going to be flying to Michigan and then driving to Arkansas with my mom, which should be a total and utter hilarious endeavor. So be sure to subscribe for that. Subscribe for some more soap making videos that we'll be putting out. I'm going to be putting out a lot of holiday soap videos, hopefully in the next few weeks, which is my favorite time of year to make all the soaps. I've got a bunch of fragrances that I've already bought. And if you're not following me on Instagram, that's where I probably post the most. So if you want to see sneak peeks of upcoming videos, or if you want to see where the fragrance oils that I'm using are coming from, or fragrance oils I plan on using in upcoming videos, be sure to follow me over on Instagram. That's where I'm most active. Very rarely on Facebook or Twitter or anything else. I'm usually on Instagram. So be sure to follow me over there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!